Monticello is a storied mountain. Many stories have been lived here, and thanks to Cinder and her colleagues, many stories are going to be told here in the future. Our challenge today is to understand how these stories relate to each other. How can we make Monticello a place to come together, to understand what the American experiment was all about, and to assess its continuing successes and failures with an eye toward a deeper understanding of who we are?
I often quote her, Virginia Scharf, who's written about Jefferson. The first time I met her, she said something that I think, I had been trying to do just myself, but I thought I valued in other people. She asked the question, what if everybody in Jefferson's life mattered?
What an astonishing question.
How would you write? And because really, if you think about it, instead of having people, the people around him, enslaved people, even his white family, having them as props that are just there to try to highlight them, what if you took every one of those people seriously and told their stories? Then, even if you were just interested in Jefferson, you would see him in a different light if the people around them had the power that they actually did have in their life. It's not a sentimental thing, it's the reality of trying to get at how these people lived. So you're right, it's this notion that if you can get everybody's story together, the story becomes real. And those are the stories that we have to try to tell, and what they've been trying to do here.
Being here is powerful. And I say that also from a very personal place. As a Black woman, as a Virginian, as someone who has worked on civil rights issues for over 20 years, as someone who worked for the first Black president, it is powerful to be here. And Monticello embodies, as the first panel said, so much of what we have to grapple with, and it tells us so much about who we are. And the DNA of America, Marion talks about the great birth defect. The DNA of America embodies slavery and race and the poisonous fruit, and we have to call this out, the great white supremacy myth. I think that the ignorance that is entwined with the supremacy myth, because all other things ripple from that, prevents us from moving forward. My hope comes from work like the kind of work that's happening here at Monticello, where we are unearthing literally data and facts and putting a bright light on that, the bright sunshine, a disinfectant that is sunshine. And I can imagine, what if there were almost a Jeffersonian diaspora? And by that I mean, what if we took the work that is happening here, the information that is happening here, and we linked it to the other places where, to start, Jefferson did his work: Williamsburg, Richmond, New York, Washington, D.C., and on. And the institutions and created partnerships there, so we created an historical through line so that we could see what happens here as it connects to other places. And we could better understand and focus and put bright light on heritage, supremacy, identity, equality, opportunity. That would give me hope.